Hello everyone, CM Freeze here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys 10 bold draft predictions for the 2024 NFL Draft. The draft is literally right around the corner, less than 48 hours now. I am very excited for it, just like every single year. I love the NFL Draft. It's all I've really had to look forward to for the last 5 years, but hey, it's draft season. It's only 3 days, but there's so much build up to the draft. Then after all the players are drafted, you can kind of calculate the team, see who had the best draft. There's a lot more that goes into the NFL draft than the actual draft. In honors of the NFL draft happening in less than 48 hours now, I wanted to quickly make a 5 bold predictions NFL draft video just to go over some takes that I personally believe, and I have ranged them in order from what I think is the coldest take to the hottest take. Could be completely wrong about that, could have completely misread the room and misread the situation. But alas, here are 5 bold predictions that I have for this NFL draft season. The first prediction and the least spicy prediction, least hot prediction, I don't know how I'm going to say that. Spicy just sounds weird. Least warm. Most lukewarm? I'm going to stick with lukewarm. Most lukewarm prediction that I have is Brock Bowers will be a top 10 pick. Brock Bowers is definitely this year's unique player. I could see Brock Bowers being drafted as early as 5 to the Chargers. I could also see him sliding down the board. But for my prediction, I don't think Brock Bowers is going to slide past 10. I think if he is there at 10, the New York Jets will select him. The Jets currently don't really have a tight end one option. Brock Bowers will come in and instantly be their best tight end. And giving Aaron Rodgers more people to throw to in a win-now team is what I believe the Jets will do. Jets are fighting for their jobs now. Saleh knows that if the Jets don't make the playoffs this year, he's gone. Have Brock Bowers develop, have him learn under Aaron Rodgers, and who knows what you can have out of him. Brock Bowers also has blocking abilities as well. So he's not just a pass-catching tight end as you see today. Brock Bowers can block for you as well. So you can also help boost your offensive line and give Aaron Rodgers a target to throw to. I think that's a win-win for the Jets. I could also see him going earlier. I could see him going as high as 5 to the Chargers for the same reason as he could go to the Jets, because he gives both blocking potential and pass-catching potential as well. He's a dual threat. He can do 2 things for you. I've seen Brock Bowers be sliding down some people's boards. Apparently he hasn't interviewed well. Who knows? But I don't see him getting past 10, and I don't see him getting out of the top 10. My second prediction is that I believe that there will be 5 QBs that will go in the first round. Not 4, not 6, 5. Now, I think it's pretty obvious, and this isn't a bold prediction at all, that picks 1, 2, and 3 will be 3 quarterbacks. I believe they'll be Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels. No questions about that. With all the talk about J.J. McCarthy too, it seems like J.J. McCarthy is almost a lock to go into the top 15 as well. Whether a team trade up for him, or either the Vikings or the Broncos stick at pick 11 and pick 12 and draft McCarthy, J.J. McCarthy also seems to be a top 15 lock. That being said, I do believe there will be one more quarterback taken. Personally, I believe that a team like the Raiders or the Giants could trade back into the first round to select a quarterback. In my most recent mock draft, which you guys should go watch with my finals prediction, I had the Raiders trading to pick 31 and picking Michael Penix Jr. We saw this a couple of years ago where the Ravens jumped back into the first round and drafted Lamar Jackson. Why would you want to do this? 2 reasons. 1, you get a 5th-year option if you select a quarterback in the first round. 2, then if you select a quarterback in the first round right then and there, you don't have all this overnight stuff that can happen. Look at Will Levis with the Titans last year. There were so many talks about teams trying to trade up to select Will Levis in the second round. If you really like Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix, get him now. Trade into the first round, pick up a 5th-year option on him, and get your guy. Don't worry about another team being able to jump you in the second round to select the quarterback that you want. If you don't select him in the first round, then you give teams a whole nother day to talk about making trades. For example, a team might not even think that Penix is going to be there at their pick. See that he's there. See that, oh hey, if we just got to offer a couple of picks and we can jump, say, the Giants or the Raiders to get him, I could see that happening. That's why I think a team could trade back into the first round. Or who knows? Maybe the Broncos surpass the Vikings, trade to pick like 8 or 9, take JJ McCarthy, and then at pick 23, the second first round pick the Vikings have, they could go with Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix. I do think it will be 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round for a variety of reasons. My third draft take, my most simple one, is I don't think the Giants are going to take a quarterback at 6. I don't really actually know what the consensus is on this. I've seen a lot of people saying that there's no way in hell the Giants aren't taking JJ McCarthy at 6 or trying to trade up for Jaden Daniels. I've also seen a lot of people just mock them a wide receiver or trading down. I don't really know where the consensus is on what the Giants are going to do, but I personally don't think the Giants are going to take a quarterback at 6. Like I said, with my 5 quarterbacks take, I could see the Giants maybe trading back into the first round to select a quarterback. But here at pick 6, I just don't see the Giants taking JJ McCarthy. No way Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Jaden Daniels are here at 6. No way. Could the Giants maybe trade up to 3? I don't think so. I don't think a team's going to trade up. We'll get to that later. I think the Giants stick and pick at pick 6. It's either going to be a wide receiver, either Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze. I could even see them going offensive line. Yeah, they have Andrew Thomas, but besides that, they don't have much. Evan Neal hasn't turned out to be good for you. The Giants really like Joe Alt. I could see them drafting Joe Alt and moving Evan Neal into right guard. I know that's not sexy at all. I could see that more than them drafting JJ McCarthy. Are they really going to draft the 4th quarterback at pick 6? Daniel Jones was drafted 6th overall for the Giants, and everyone saw that as a reach. I think JJ McCarthy at 6 to this Giants team would be a reach. I think wide receiver or trading down makes much more sense. I personally think the Giants are saying, hey, we really like JJ McCarthy to incentivize a team trading with them so that they get more draft capital for the future. The Giants' defense is pretty good, but that offense doesn't really have a lot of people to throw the ball to. Darren Waller hasn't been what you wanted to be out of him. The Giants just haven't been able to find their guy since Odell, and I just think it makes a lot more sense to draft either Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors here, pick 6. My 4th bold prediction, and we're getting pretty hot now, is I truly believe the first true trade down spot is the Chargers at 5. No way the Bears are trading pick 1. They're drafting Caleb Williams. No way the Commanders are trading pick 2. They're either going to take Jaden Daniels or Drake May. There have been reports that I'm pretty sure the Commanders GM even came out and said that he hasn't even gotten a trade offer that he would even consider. Nothing even in the realm of possibility, just laughable trade offers. Patriots at 3. I personally believe that they're going to be happy with either Jaden Daniels or Drake May, one of the other. Reports have come out that New England also has been getting laughable trade offers, and I truly think for the Patriots to trade out of a quarterback, it would take 3 first-round picks. And I don't think a team's going to be willing to trade 3 first-round picks for the 3rd best quarterback off the board. The Patriots need a quarterback now. If you're the Patriots, you aren't thinking you're going to have a top 3 pick again, right? You have a top 3 pick, pick the quarterback. Yeah, you don't get your choice. They're already counting out Caleb Williams. They're already counting him out. So yes, you don't get your choice of Jaden Daniels or Drake May. But if you're the Patriots, I think you're ecstatic with either. You either have the consensus number 2 quarterback for pretty much the last 2 years in Drake May, or the Heisman Trophy winner in Jaden Daniels. You can't go wrong with either of them if you're the New England Patriots. And I truly think that no team's going to give them a big enough offer. Which leaves Cardinals here at 4. There have been a lot of talks about the Cardinals going to make a trade. I've also heard a lot of talks about the Cardinals aren't going to make a trade until they're on the clock to get maximum value. I don't see the Cardinals trading out of pick 4. I really don't. If the board truly is 3 quarterbacks and Marvin Harrison Jr. is there at 4, please draft Marvin Harrison Jr., Cardinals. The Cardinals don't have any wide receivers. They don't. They have nobody. They let Hollywood Brown walk. They traded Rondell Moore. They don't have any offensive weapons. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is a top wide receiver prospect. Marvin Harrison Jr. is arguably the 2nd best player in the class. He's phenomenal. He will if you're the Cardinals, draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Please, he will bring people to games. He will make Kyler Murray happen. He will instantly elevate this offense. Marvin Harrison Jr. would be phenomenal for the Arizona Cardinals. And if they pass on him, the Cardinals just can't pass on Marvin Harrison Jr. They truly can't. You know what? Maybe if a team offers you 3 first-round picks, but I don't see a team doing that. Is a team seriously going to offer 3 first-round picks for Marvin Harrison Jr. or J.J. McCarthy? I just don't see the Cardinals getting a big enough offer to justify them not taking Marvin Harrison Jr. in this situation. You can get a top wide receiver prospect who is literally actually a generational wide receiver prospect. That's not a word you want to throw around a lot. I know I said that with Brock Bowers. He's a unique tight end prospect. I probably shouldn't call Brock Bowers generational. Marvin Harrison Jr. literally is a generational wide receiver prospect. He is arguably the best or second best wide receiver prospect in the last 10 years. Jamar Chase is the only person to give him a run for his money. There's no way you can not draft him. You can arguably get the best or second best player in the draft at pick 4. At pick 4, you can get the best or second best player in the draft class at a major position of need. Instantly fills a major position of need. Makes Kyler Murray happy, makes the rest of the offense happy, puts fans in games, gives you something to love about the Cardinals. Please do it, Cardinals. Do it. Draft Marvin Harrison Jr. 4. And finally, my biggest bold prediction is that I don't think Jayden Daniels is going to have a good career. Now, that's not me calling him a bust. I don't want to go out and say I believe Jayden Daniels is going to be a bust. But realistically looking at this, I don't like the situation that Jayden Daniels is going into. Jayden Daniels is, for starters, 23. He's an older quarterback prospect. He played college for 5 years. Did very mediocre his first 3 years. Very mediocre his first 3 years. Then took a little step up year 4, his first year at LSU. Then exploded this year. Phenomenal. Won the Heisman. 40 passing touchdowns. I think 10 or 11 rushing touchdowns. So he had over 50 total touchdowns. Crap ton of yards. Won the Heisman. He deserved the Heisman. And Jayden Daniels is now either going to go at 2 to the Commanders or 3 to the Patriots. Looking at both teams, if he goes to the Commanders, he will have Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, 2 really good wide receiver prospects. He'll have Zach Ertz at tight end, I guess. Woo. Then you'll have Austin Eckler at running back. Woo. But he'll have Brian Thomas Jr. there at running back too. Then you look at that offensive line. The Commanders might actually have the worst offensive line in the NFL. Definitely top 5. You cannot argue that they do not have a top 5 worst offensive line. I know the Commanders were top 5 in sacks allowed last year. Yeah, I just looked it up. The Commanders had the second worst offensive line last year. They allowed 65 sacks. Second worst. They were the second worst offensive line last year. Jayden Daniels, one of his biggest issues, if not his biggest issue that people have about him, is that he takes big hits. He doesn't know when to throw the ball away or when to slide, and he needs to work on that. So his biggest issue is he takes big hits, and he's going to the second worst offensive line in the NFL. The Commanders, in the offseason, they got Tyler Biadasz, so they kind of upgraded at center. That's it. Their tackles are still terrible. They have Sam Cosby, who's okay, so they have 2 to 3 offensive linemen, but it's still bad. It's really bad there. Then you have the Patriots, who are literally the exact opposite of Washington, where they actually have a pretty damn good O-line with Mike Onwenu and David Andrews, Cole Strange. They have good pieces on the offensive line. The Patriots have a decent offensive line, above average offensive line. No weapons. Their best weapon is Hunter Henry and Kendrick Bourne. Hunter Henry and Kendrick Bourne. Not dogging on either of those 2 guys. They're solid players. But it's downhill from there. And your 2 best weapons to throw to are solid players. Jayden Daniels is either going to go to the Commanders, who have some pretty good weapons, really good weapon in Terry McLaurin, really nice compliment in Jahan Dotson. Decent running game, no offensive line. And Cliff Kingsbury as your OC. Yep, you heard me right. Cliff Kingsbury is your OC, someone who's considered to be one of the worst offensive coordinators. and I think he had one winning record with the Cardinals and was terrible in Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, so that's your OC. And then in the Patriotsville, they just lost Belichick, who's been their coach for the last 20 plus years. Brought in Jared Mayo, who was from that Belichick coaching scheme, played under Bill Belichick. So who knows how the coaching's going to be over there in New England. It's brand new coaches. They've had the same coaching staff for the last 20 years. This is the first year of change. First year of change in a 20-year coaching organization, that could be rough for Jaden Daniels. Who knows? No matter where he's going, it's not good. He either's going to get good weapons, but bad offensive line and bad coaching, or good offensive line with bad weapons and we have no clue about the coaching. Best case scenario for Jaden Daniels is he sits for the first year, which again, I think if he goes to Washington, I don't think he does. Washington has Marcus Mariota as their starting quarterback, and Marcus Mariota has proven that he doesn't want to help develop a young QB. 2 years ago, when the Falcons drafted Desmond Ridder, Marcus Mariota came out and said, I'm not developing this guy. Marcus Mariota will not help develop a young guy, and he wants to start. Marcus Mariota also sucks, so by about week 5, the Commanders going to be 0-4 and then start Jaden Daniels just to try to do something and rush his development. I honestly think if you're Jaden Daniels, I think you want to go to 3 to the Patriots because at least they have Jacoby Brissett, who has proven that he will actually help develop a young quarterback. Best case scenario for Jaden Daniels, he gets drafted at 3 to the Patriots, sits literally the entire year behind Jacoby Brissett. Sits the entire year. Don't do any of this early start bullshit that you see teams doing nowadays. Thinking about all these quarterbacks that start midway through the season and suck. I can think of a lot of other quarterbacks who these teams started them midway through the season because they were sucking, and that got them nowhere. That literally got them nowhere. And their development got shot because of it. So if you're Jaden Daniels, I think best case scenario, sit literally the entire year behind Jacoby Brissett in New England, but it's looking like the Commanders are going to draft him. It's looking like Cliff Kingsbury is going to be his head coach. It's looking like he's going to get sacked 60 times a game. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's a good situation for Jaden Daniels to be in. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been 5 Bold Takes by CM Freeze. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with my takes or if you think they're just terrible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.